Hi everyone! So if you've been reading my blog Mademoiselle, then you probably know that I've been doing the 30 for 30 wardrobe challenge last month. So essentially what this is that you select 30 items from your wardrobe and that's all you're allowed to wear for the month. And it includes clothing, shoes and handbags, but it doesn't include accessories like scarves or jewellery. I found it pretty easy this time around. I've actually done it twice before in the past. I think it was once last year and once the year before, so I kind of found it really interesting to see how I've dealt with it each successive time that I've actually done this challenge. I think part of the reason why I found it so easy is that I selected 30 of my most worn or favourite pieces in my wardrobe, so it didn't really feel like too much of a challenge for me. It just felt like I was getting to wear my favourite things every single day. I did swap out a couple of items from the original 30 that I'd chosen just because as the month went on I started to realise that I wasn't going to wear them and it made much more sense for me to pick something that I would wear. So I decided to swap out the J brand white skinny jeans, the Ellery black box jacket and the, oh gosh, what was the last thing? And a top from Karen Walker, which I think the material is just not right for how hot it's been. So I just thought I'd talk you through all of the different items that I chose and I would show you what they look like on, because obviously when you see a flat lay image or just a picture of it, it's a lot harder to get a real feel and it might give you a bit more insight into why I chose those pieces. So the first piece that I chose was a black trim lace cami from ASOS. I'm actually wearing it in this video. It's a loose fit and it's got a little peplum hem and it's good to either tuck into, you know, skirts and pants or else wear it loose, which is, you know, quite handy for summertime. I know that some people can't really get away with spaghetti straps in the office and I tend to wear this with a jacket or a cardigan over the top. The second item is a floral tank from Country Road. So this is a loose fit and it's got a slightly dipped hem at the back. I really like this just as a work appropriate shell top. I should probably point out that you know, I do work in a corporate office, so most of the items that I chose are kind of geared towards that kind of environment just because I did spend the majority of the month at work. The next item is a pink tank from Witchery. Again, same, very similar style to the Country Road one, except that it's just a really nice bright pink, which is, you know, quite good for the really summery weather that we've been having this past month. The next item is a black silk tank from Everlane. I've actually done a review on Everlane. If you've heard of them before, they have the most incredible basics. I'll actually link that below in case you're interested. Next one is a black cotton tank from Glassons. I know this is quite similar to the Everlane silk tank, but the thing is they're different fabrics. I find silk is a lot heavier than cotton, but they both allow your skin to breathe. The cotton one's a lot better for the weekends, just when I'm, you know, going down to the beach. A white silk blouse from Equipment. This is a sleeveless style. I've actually had this before and I've repurchased it, so this is quite nice. You know, you can dress it down or dress it up so it works equally for the office or on the weekends. Next item is a Dries van Noten wrap shirt. So I actually picked this up from eBay for a ridiculously low price, but I really like it for work. You know, it ties to the side and it's just a bit fun. The next item is a blue cotton shirt from Hope, which is a Swedish brand, I think it is. It's got a, you won't be able to see in the video, but I'll link below in my last outfit post I'm wearing it. It's got a dipped hem, so on the side it's slightly longer than on the other side and it adds just a point of difference to your outfits. I quite like this tucked in for work. I think it's very smart looking and I always get compliments on the colour. The next item is a long sleeved striped top from T by Alexander Wang. So this is just in a linen cotton fabric. I kind of threw that in there just in case it got cold throughout the month, which I did actually need to wear it a couple of times, so I'm really glad I put that in there. I also selected this white silk pocket blouse from Everlane. So as I said before, I love Everlane. I think they've got really great products and this was just kind of a nice smart alternative for work if it was a bit cooler or just if I felt like wearing something that didn't have a collar. And the last top or shirt that I chose was this Karen Walker cashmere cardigan. So this wasn't actually included in my original 30. This is one of the items that I swapped in. I've had this for years, I think 4 or 5 years, and it's such good quality. I thought it'd be nice to include something really light to wear just over the top of my cami or any of my sleeveless tops for work. I only included one blazer or jacket in the end. I just decided to go with my Helmut Lang black blazer. I've had this since I went to America. I bought it in LA and I thought it was a lot of money to spend on a blazer, but I'm so glad I did. I wear this all the time. It's really great for work, and it just makes your outfit look polished. I did have the Ellery black box cut jacket in there as well, but in the end I sort of found that I wasn't really gravitating towards it at all, and it just made sense to have the one blazer. I had a few dresses. They're all from Karen Walker. So the first is this navy dress. It's kind of a viscose material, very nice and soft with a draped front. I didn't wear this as much as I thought I would, and I did think it would be great for work, but there were just so many other pieces that I could work with that it ended up getting worn maybe once or twice. The second one is this blue spot. It's called the Astonished dress. It's got really quite voluminous shoulders, and so I like to wear this with a cardigan or a jacket over the top just because I feel a bit self-conscious when I'm not. But yeah, I really like the print. It's so much fun, and it added a bit more colour into my very monochromatic kind of wardrobe that I'd selected. And the last dress is this backless dress. It's called the Take Change dress, and it's from Karen Walker's current collection. I'm a little bit obsessed with this. I've worn it a lot. It's really great for wearing to the beach, or I've worn it out for dinner. I've also worn it to work with either a shirt or a sleeveless tank underneath, and no one would know it was backless, so it's quite good. For bottoms, so skirts and trousers, this is probably where I had the most items. So the first item is this cherry rosebud lace skirt from Lover. I really love their lace pieces, which you probably know if you've been following me for a while. So this is a cherry red. I managed to pick this up from the Outnet, which if you keep an eye on there, they always seem to have Lover pieces really heavily discounted. They're actually selling it at their Bondi Junction store at the moment, but I will link to the Outlet below because they do have some really nice Lover pieces at the moment. I didn't really wear this very much. Truth be told, it's a little bit tight for me, and I think I was just trying to make it work. It wasn't really working. I only wore it once for the Melbourne Cup, so I'd probably pick something else next time around, or if I was to do it again, yeah, I'd choose something else that I would wear more often. The next skirt is another one from Lover. This is from the current season. It's the Libra lace skirt. It's a really nice pencil skirt. For me, because I've got a really small waist, I do find that it is a little bit big at the waist, but then it's tight at the hips, which is an ongoing problem for me, but I think I'm going to get it tailored. I didn't wear this as much as I thought either, just like with the previous one. It is a touch small, so I think I'm going to probably have to stop eating so much gelato messina this summer, because I'd really like to wear it more. It's so, it's such a great piece for work for the summertime. I've got another Lover skirt. So this is a blush skirt. It's part of their, it was part of the collaboration with Net-a-Porter, or Net-a-Porter, however you want to say it. And I managed to snag this off the Outnet for a really good price. I just like the fit of it. It's really stretchy, and it's got this really nice lace panel down the front. So I ended up swapping in two skirts. One is the Karen Walker skirt. So this is one of her Lily skirts, which is quite a common style that she does every season. It's a cotton drill fabric, so it's really good. It's just nice for the weekend. I didn't really include a casual skirt in there, so I thought I would swap that in, and I wore it quite a bit. The other skirt that I swapped in was from Dion Lee, so I was quite fortunate to pick this up 50% off from My Chameleon. I'll link below. They might still have them in stock actually, and it's the box tweed cut skirt, I think. It's just really beautifully made. I don't know if you know much about Dion Lee, but he is a bit of a genius when it comes to construction. So yeah, I really love this, and it was kind of nice to be able to include this in my 30 items for the month. Now on to shorts. This is another piece from Lover. These are their cheetah silk shorts. They're hemmed silk and they've got a tie waist. I really like these for the summer. I think they're a little bit dressy looking, and they just look really nice with the tank tucked in, or you could wear something loose over the top if you just wanted to have that print peeking out the bottom of it, oversized sweatshirt or something like that. They've actually recut these shorts just in different silks, so I will link to those below if you're interested, just because they are a really cute style for the summertime. The other pair of shorts that I chose were from Country Road, so I'm not sure if these are still available. I'll have a look on their website, and if they are, I will link them below. These are just a check short. They're high-waisted and they're a bit longer than the other pairs of shorts that I have, which I think is really nice. I don't feel like I'm showing too much. Now on to trousers. So I included 2 pairs of trousers or pants in my 30 items. The first were a pair of black slightly cropped trousers from Forever New. These are the Evie style. They're probably the most flattering trousers that I've ever tried on. I like that they're a stretch fabric and they fit really nicely. Very tapered at the ankle, which if you're looking for that kind of cigarette style, I'd highly recommend buying a pair. And then the other pair of trousers that I chose were actually a pair of culottes from Country Road. These are essentially like swishy karate pants. They're really fun to wear. I chose 4 pair of shoes for the challenge. The first pair were a pair of gladiator sandals from Urge. I think if I had my time over again, I would pick a different pair of shoes, or actually would have just bought new sandals. I used to have the same pair from Topshop, but the quality was a lot nicer. These tended to leave rivet marks on my feet whenever I took them off, so I think the metal was oxidizing against my skin, which isn't really ideal, but I mean, I love the style of them and I think they're really cute. So aside from that, yeah, I'm glad I put them in there because definitely needed a pair of sandals over the month. I also had another pair of flat shoes. They're the Charlotte Olympia Aquarius flats. These were really fun. I wore them a lot more than I thought, and I started to be a little bit less precious with them. They're a bit dirty around the toe, but don't really think you notice it too much. I also included a pair of loafers from Stuart Weitzman, which I'm a little bit obsessed with. I probably damaged them a little bit over the month. I really thrashed them, but you know, I don't really think you notice too much. They're black, so that always helps. And then I also included a pair of high heels for work, which I didn't wear as much as I thought I would. They're from Isabel Marant, they're the poppy heel. They're quite, you know, they're quite a good work shoe. And then I chose 2 bags, so they're both from Celine. The first is the Celine Trio in a lavender colour, which is actually more of a periwinkle blue. You will have seen that in my What's in My Bag video. I'll link that below if you haven't seen it yet. And then I also included my cabas tote with gusset. This is huge. I only wish that I could sling it over my shoulder because it does get a bit heavy when I fill it up with all my things. So the item that I wore the most, I'm not sure if you could tell, but it was my Helmut Lang black blazer. I'm so glad I included this. I think I've included it in all 3 of the wardrobe challenges that I've done. It's just a great piece to wear for work and to just throw on. The item that I wore the least, gosh, well, I'd say it was probably the Lover cherry rosebud lace skirt or that navy dress from Karen Walker, which is a bit of a shame because I really did want to wear both of those items a bit more. Just a few thoughts on the wardrobe challenge. So one thing I did find that was really helpful was having 2 separate bags. Obviously you don't want to lug a big bag around every day, so it's nice to have a smaller one that you can just sling across your body and take only the essentials. And I really did love the fact that I included a bag that was colourful as well, because it meant that it wasn't, you know, it added a little bit of interest to my outfit. It didn't make everything, you know, look really boring. So I'm really glad I included that. I did cheat a little bit when it came to bags because on the weekends we go to the beach, and obviously I'm not going to take my Celine tote down to the beach. It's just ridiculous. So I have a fabric bag that I would put our beach towels into. So I'm not really sure if that is cheating or if it's not, but I thought I'd just put it out there just in case. I think for those of you looking to do the wardrobe challenge, it is a lot easier than you would think. Personally, I actually think that 30 items is more than enough. I found that there were, as I said, there were pieces that I didn't wear that often. I don't think I really wore anything or any of my tops more than 4 times over the month. So, I mean, that gives you a bit of an idea. If you're not too worried about repeating your outfits, then it's fine. I mean, for me, I've kind of come to the realization that people don't notice so much when you're wearing the same outfit. I could probably wear the same thing every single day and no one in my office would notice. So I think that's kind of a really important thing to kind of take on, especially when you're doing this. I remember the first time that I did it and I had this goal that I was going to wear a different outfit every single day, and it put a lot of pressure on me to remix my pieces, and I just found it really stressful, and I was really looking forward to the challenge ending, and I remember just counting down every single day. And obviously that's not what this is about. I think for the most part, you know, it's really about kind of acknowledging that you can live with a lot less. I mean, I've got less than 100 items in my wardrobe. It usually hovers between the 80 to 100 mark. That doesn't include shoes or bags or gym gear or underwear, but I do think that that is quite a good point for me. I do cycle through all of my clothing. Obviously I have my favorites. I've also got some special occasion pieces which don't get too much wear. But, you know, for me, I feel like that's a happy place. And one thing that I did notice over the month is that I've kind of stopped buying clothing so much. And for me, that's great because I used to spend a lot of time on the internet just browsing for clothing, which I didn't really need, or shoes actually. A lot of the time it was shoes. But I think I've put my focus and my energy into Christmas shopping, so I'm not sure if that's quite as bad. I also wanted to say that if you are thinking of doing it, it's really important to pick a neutral colour palette, or at least a colour palette that really works together, because you don't want to have a really broad spectrum of colours and find that nothing goes with each other, especially if you're choosing separates. And I found separates were probably the best way to go because it gives you a lot more options and you can really mix and match everything that you have, which was what I did for the large part of the month. Another point is that a lot of people who do this or do the wardrobe 333 challenge, which is where you pick 33 items for 3 months, which I'm not quite brave enough to try yet, but maybe one day. But a lot of people who do these challenges do say that they feel a lot better dressed. They don't feel sloppy at any point during the month, and I have to agree with that. I found that because I was wearing things that I loved or things that I felt good in, I didn't feel sloppy. I didn't feel self-conscious about what I was wearing, which sometimes, you know, if you're wearing something you're not quite sure, or you're wearing something for the sake of wearing it, you can feel a little bit self-conscious about it, and I think that's only natural. So one of the things I want to do is I want to eliminate that feeling. You know, I want to be able to feel happy and comfortable in what I'm wearing, and also, you know, feel like I look really good. So that's another thing to, you know, think about. Anyway, I feel like I was quite fortunate because over the month we did have quite consistent weather. It did rain a couple of times and there was one weekend where it was a little bit cold, but over the course of the month it was pretty hot. I think the temperatures were mostly between 20 and 36 degrees Celsius, so that is quite warm, especially because most days it was between 28 and 36, especially on the weekends. But I found that having a wardrobe geared more towards summer really helped in my case. Right, I hope you all liked this video. If you would like to read about my experience, I have done a blog post on that, so I will link that for you below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more from me. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!